Welcome to the Learning Management Software Introduction. I'm going to walk you through on the email interface relative to the software because it's rather a critical component to it. The current situation is that if your instructors are going to be able to utilize this tool to the maximum efficiency, they can't be conforming to it. They need the tool to conform to them so that they are utilizing it to its fullest extent in assisting student learning. Now, the situation is that the more flexible and interoperable that you are, then the more you are pushing into a web-based interaction environment that is able to be read by all the tools out there, mobile or otherwise. The problem is that this is a situation that is well understood by hackers and becomes very vulnerable. So at that point in time, security becomes quite expensive. So they have the best blend of the both, you get into an area that is quite expensive. And in the realm of reducing budgets, that's not necessarily a good thing. With Referee Pack, I found a happy balance that does not involve the expense. The way it works is that the browsers are created for every device of interest, and so no matter what platform is being used, if you are using a HTML script, then it's going to be a really user-friendly layout. The problem is that for security, you cannot run any programs on the host system, nor can you have the host system drive programs on the students' computers. That gets very weak security-wise very fast. So how do you get around this? Well, the first thing is that the web server would need to be accessed only by VPN addresses. And the other component to this is that there is an engine generating web pages that is separate from the web server. Now, how do you interact with that engine? Well, the way I do it is through email, because email is created for pretty much every device of interest. And whenever you're looking at your iPhone or your computer, there are certain programs that can assist you with not only just sending email, but also encrypting it, and that is the key. So what you do is you compose an email, and then you encrypt it, and then you send it to the mail server. And the mail server is where the engine is located. It decrypts the email, runs it through a series of checks, and then, only then, will it incorporate it into the new interface and push the web page out to the web server. So it's fully interactive, but not in a straight-through sense. So let's bring you in and let me show you how this works. I'm going to go into the administrator view so that you can see what the capability of the system is. So the administrator, for example, here would like to add a new student. Let's say they want to add the student into this third class. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, double letter, and so let's say we want to add student A to the class. What we do is we highlight the class. Now, if you have something like class 2 that is more than one instructor, well, you've got to pick one. But in case of class 3, there's only one instructor because it's very specialized. Then, after you click Add, notice that there's a problem. I needed to enter the ID code of the student and the ID code of the administrator doing this. So let me enter that. That's student A, and this is the ID code of the administrator. Then they simply click Add. It creates a form that is sent into the mail server, and it's human readable. All of this is human readable, and that makes it to where it's easy to modify. What I just did was I entered the encryption password. So I just encrypted the email, and it is being sent up to the mail server. And whenever it comes down to the mail server, it gets decrypted and checked, and then if everything is structured correctly, then it is incorporated into the new web pages. Throughout that process, what happens is that none of the files are able to execute. And that's the necessary component whenever you have viruses being sent around, is that they need to be within a file that can execute, and then that's when they can go and take over your system. This format that I have used, it has so far within Referee Pack not led to any malicious hacking, and so it has been working successfully for the past 3 years.